Magic lies in the mind, but my blade follows my heart. Greetings, little flamelings. It's your boy Zero, not Gosu. Hi, Jay. Please do not skip the intro, okay? You're gonna regret it later on. Oh, hello there, person who came back to watch the intro after being confused. Nice of you to join us. Alright, now that we're back on track, I need to address you guys directly, okay? You need to understand that the people clicking this guide can come from a variety of different standpoints or backgrounds. We can have like the sweats or pros checking it out for validity, and we can have like your average casual players watching it to see if it's like valid enough to send to their friends. Their friends that want to drag to ML, like, hey, watch this. And then we also have the new players to ML who have come here because there's just nothing out there that really helps them with their onslaught of questions, you know? People that want to learn. And then last but not least, we have the completely new to the MOBA genre, and of course that would make Mlbb their newest and first MOBA, so yeah. So if you fit into any of these key audiences, make sure you consider that my target audience is for those completely new to Mlbb, not MOBAs, okay? What's that? I heard a critic say that I'm not qualified to be making this type of content because I don't have 1500 plus glory points every season. Well, you're not wrong, but that's just one way of looking at it, okay? And technically, I'm not here to get you to 1500 plus glory points, I'm here to get you to mythical glory every season, okay? So, yeah, different goals. But I'm also, not exactly a complete noob at the game. I have been playing it for 6 years, so as we go through the natural course of hero builds and guides, which are my fortes, you have every right to say, Zero, if you can't play Franco, how can you make a Franco guide? Well, I'll tell you very simply, experience, facing them, and also I know people who play them. I know a lot of really good players, okay? So while I personally may have very few matches on the heroes that I will end up making some guides about, I have complete knowledge on how their kit works, the builds they use, the playstyles that heroes will show on the battlefield, the types of counters that hero brings, and the counters to that hero as well. Basically, aside from micro skills, which you gain through practice, I have all of my macro and, outside of the battlefield skills on a pro level, drafting for example. Can I back up my claims? Well, I'll condense the story for you a little bit, so TLDR, I had to drop YouTube a little bit due to IRL, but now that I'm back to it, I don't think I'm gonna stop, I'll show you some screenshots of the stuff I've done in the past, and remind you that, this was me back then with this much detail. My very first video on the channel was a 14-minute Kagura guide, followed by a solo queue guide. Hey, history repeats itself. And then it was like a slew of advanced server video guides. I had to spend hours on the advanced server analyzing these heroes before they dropped in order to drop a fresh guide along with a new hero. These were known as like my quick guide series. I then let my creativity branch out into itemization, which, as soon as I branched into itemization, I immediately felt like I had to have like a solid concrete way to validate the DPS values or claims. And, that inspired me to finish the incomplete damage calculator at the time, and then proving that it worked 100% of the time, which was very difficult to do, okay? But anyways, fun fact, a friend of mine recently introduced me to a server with a bunch of math nerds like me recently, and with some of their help, if they're okay with being name dropped as a server, I'll see, we'll drop it in the description if they are, eventually. But anyways, I have remade the damage calculator because Mlbb changed their damage formula with the release of the negative penetration system, and it's a little awkward, It can be called the negative penetration system or the negative magic resistance system, negative armor system. It has a lot of different names in the community. Negative pen is by far the most popular, or the least accurate. The negative armor would be the most accurate. But anyways, I have, the functional damage calculator. We can show that off on stream one day in the future, But yeah, I was also one of the very first people to create a tier list back in the day, although controversial at the time, and then go into detail about why every hero belonged where they did. Some of my most popular videos were also like Guzhan build videos or just build videos in general. And then of course the really long videos, like seriously, take a look at my Wan video length. The reason this was so long is because she was really bad before those buffs, and somehow I still found a way to make her work. And yeah, so I've also made like a new guide back in season 18 dropped. This is when we officially got the official, laning roles where I predicted a bunch of stuff. And though, I've been sort of bragging a little bit by now, but I'll round it off by saying, hyper carry meta, predicted it. The old 5-man roam mask strategy, predicted it. Roger becoming meta, predicted it. Karina becoming meta, predicted it. Tank jungle meta, predicted it. And, you know, months in advance. So if you don't want to give me credit for being the like highest ranked competitive esports sweat making guides, then at least give me some credit where it is due. So to those of you new viewers or new to Mlbb viewers, please do not install Mlbb until at least sometime mid-September, or at this point it's actually not really known because they kind of did a little weird stuff. Project Next was supposed to drop with this new talent system and, you know, UI revamp and stuff. So it's now undecided when they'll drop it, but I would hate for you guys to like learn how to play the game, change your UI, get used to the system. It takes a lot of time, emblems and stuff, items. It takes a long time to get used to that stuff as a new player, just for them to flip it around on you in like a month and they're like, hey, everything changes, you know? I mean, of course, you can still watch me. I'll try to save you some time, but, you know, it's not ideal. Not to mention that, you know, since most other YouTubers do not have access to the advanced server, aside from like Elgin and a couple others, they don't have any prior experience in using the new map or talents. And my goal will be to create a 100% fresh account, completely F2P, then see if their update is beginner friendly and F2P friendly. What I will do is create an entire onslaught of new video guides explaining in great detail and clarity how to navigate and customize the new UI in a way you would like, as well as to get you used to how events are presented in ML, which is also confusing. The goal is, of course, to reach the highest rank from the get-go, which for us will be Mythical Glory, and we will take advantage of every single beginner-friendly resource available to us, and I will show you how to play this game and reach the top completely solo. Of course, that's going to be difficult because solo queue is the worst queue. Eventually, for those of you who already know how to play MOBAs or used to play Mlbb, the content will catch up to your skill level, and then you would maybe want to check out the videos at that point. But once we begin getting into those Mythic 5 and above lobbies, I will really be put to the test with that new system and see if my solo queue claims are valid, you know, and along with it, the new UI and talent system, if they drop at this point. Naturally, once we achieve Mythical Glory, that should be enough content to serve as a guide for all of you, especially those new and aspiring players to Mlbb, because after that, the game is all about expanding your hero pool and trying out new strategies and having fun. I would love to make this game, basically, which can be seemingly overwhelming to begin with, a user-friendly guide, because there's nothing out there that will help you get to the most rewards possible every season as fast as possible, okay? So if you guys can allow me or give me the honor of guiding you to Mythic, that's all I ask for. You know, the opportunity to show you what I got. I'll give you my best effort to leave no stone unturned. Make sure you stay tuned for the series, so when that update drops, if it ever drops, remember, I can't possibly do anything ahead of time to predict when this new system will drop because they keep changing it. But other like stuff from the advanced server you're curious about and all that other stuff, I do have access, so let me know if you're interested in all that. You know, all I'm saying is that, you know, the streams will be the raw content that fuel the videos that you will see me produce. Until then, my little flamelings, Zero out.